Fox Sports Studios in New York, covering all our teams and the world of sports. Sit down, buckle up, and get ready to rock Fox style with attitude.
Tonight's hot stories, Andy Pettit and the Yankees in action this afternoon against the Blue Jays. Highlights on the way. Meantime, Shinjo did something tonight at Shea that he's never done in his career. We will show you that. And we've got preseason football. Jets and the Eagles at the vet.
That's scary.
Good evening. This is your New York Sports Report.
Hello again and welcome inside the world's most famous arena, our headquarters for Big Apple Sports. This is your New York Sports Report. Once again, kicking it with my man Ian Page. I'm Mike Hill. And the Jets, of course, in action tonight, as we just showed you, if the field holds up.
Yeah, that's always a problem. We've also got U.S. Open highlights for you for your enjoyment, but we start with the Yankees, Mike.
They were trying to enjoy a win at the stadium today. And hey, David Justice used to be married to Holly Berry, so if he says the Yanks should be sitting pretty if they play well over the next 10 days, then of course I believe him because David knows pretty. Actually, DJ, we've already peeped that out. Not that Barry's pretty. I mean, a blind man can see that. But actually, we've seen the Yanks' upcoming schedule, and that shows 7 games in those 10 days against second-place Boston starting tomorrow night in Beantown. So today, the Yanks hoping to take a little more and, of course, at least a 5-game cushion to Boston, playing a rubber game with Toronto today at the stadium. Andy Pettit getting the start for the Stripes. AP 13-4 lifetime against the Jays, but trying to stop a 2-game slide. Top 3 no score. Shannon Stewart with the shot. Derek Jeter's glove shows him no love. Vernon Wells running on the play. Scores all the way from second. 1-zip Jays on Stewart's 47th rib of the season. Jeter usually brings those down. Top 5 still 1-zip. Carlos Delgado, the average is down this year, but the power is still there. Delgado's 38th jack of the season. A 2-run shot. Joe Cool not liking the scene. 3-zip Jays. Yanks make some noise in the 6th. It's Justice. DJ didn't hit it hard, but found the right spot. The single off of Chris Carpenter. Bernie scores, cutting that lead to 3-1. Justice 1 for 3 on the day. Enrique Wilson getting another start at third and coming through, ripping the liner over the wall off a Bob foul. Foul's like, oh my goodness. Wilson, his first homer as a Yank, and it's 3-2. Still in the 7th, Chuck Knobloch pinch hitting for Paul O'Neill. Nobby batting just 180 with 1 rib and 50 at-bats this month, but he's still clutch. Jeter scores. That will tie the game at 3 apiece on Nobby's 2nd ribby of the month. Then after Nobby stole 2nd and 3rd, Felipe Lopez throws away to Jorge Posada grounder. Knobloch scores from 3rd. 4-3 Yanks on Lopez's 4th error of the season. Yankees in control, right? No, the lead didn't last because the Yankee killer was pinch hitting Jose Cruz Jr., and this one ain't coming back. A solo shot for Cruz, 8 of his 26 homers this season against the Yankees. That one tied the game at 4. Stay that way into the bottom of the 11th. Bases loaded, no out. Wilson on 3rd. Bernie Williams lifts the fly to center field, and it's academic after that. Far enough to score Wilson. Ball game is over. Highlights over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Toronto manager Buck Martinez called Wilson the entire catalyst of the Yankee offense today. He certainly made the most of his limited opportunities. Wilson 2 for 5 with that homer and scored the game-winning run. Jeter and Tino Martinez each with 3 of the Yankees' 12 hits. Jay Wotosik pitched the scoreless 11th for the win. Scott Ayer took the L. Petty goes 8, gives up 4 runs, not factoring in the decision, but overall, Torrey's happy with what he saw out of the team.
We played well. We played well. We have very aggressive today. Andy pitched his tail off. I mean, just left that breaking ball up a little bit to Jose, but aside from that, I mean, it was a dynamite game for us. I think it's more frustrating for Andy that the team didn't get the win in regulation as opposed to, you know, his statistics. But he should be proud of that outing because he really pitched well.
We needed to win series. You know, we've been struggling. I don't think we've won too many series lately, it doesn't seem like. So that's your goal, just to win series, and that was why it was double frustrating for me for us to battle back and have the lead and then, you know, get one more out and then give it over to Mo. You know, you think you got to win, so it was a big game for us today.
When you go on the road, especially if you go to Boston, you really want to make sure that you have a good taste in your mouth, and today's game was that. Mo was good for 2 innings. Watasek, who needed that. We needed that from him. He pitched a terrific inning for us, and I thought everybody chipped in and did a heck of a job.
Well, meantime, the Red Sox lost to the Indians last night, so they failed to pick up any ground on Joe Torre's Yankees, and to do any real damage on the Bombers, the Red Sox will have to win at least 5 of the upcoming 7 head-to-head games. But tonight, the Red Sox finishing up their series with the Indians. Top 3, it's 1-0 Cleveland when Manny Ramirez with an RBI double to left field. That will score Trot Nixon. So Ramirez, as usually, delivering. Then bottom 3, game tied at 1 when Roberto Alomar dials long distance. That's a 2-run bomb to center field.
Now go check the bat.
So it's still 3-1 now as this game has reached the top of the 9th as Bartolo Colon has went 6 innings and allowed 8 hits, and Hideo Nomo started the game off for the Red Sox. But it's 3-1 Indians now in the top of the 9th. So let's take a look at your up-to-the-minute standings now in the AL East. The Yankees with the win earlier today. Red Sox so far 5.5 games out, but of course that big series coming your way from Fenway this weekend.
And can the hype get any bigger than this? The former Sox Roger Clemens gunning for his unprecedented 6th Cy Young this year, also looking to become the AL's first 18-game winner. That is tomorrow. New York has won 24 of Clemens' 27 starts this season, and he gets to start, of course, for the Yankees tomorrow. He'll be opposed by Frank Castillo, of course. On Saturday, it's El Duque and Pedro. That should be a good matchup. El Duque still looking for his first winner of the year, but he did look impressive in his 2nd start. Pedro, of course, making his 2nd stint since coming off the DL.
And he has started to look good as well, so it should be a good series this weekend with a lot on stake for that AL East lead.
You said it all. We still got more to do on your show, chock full of New York flavor when we get back. The Mets looking to take 2 or 3 from the Phillies. The highlights when your New York Sports Report rolls back. Shinjo!
And welcome back. The Mets try and win the rubber game of their series with the Phillies tonight at Shea. Steve Traxel, who's 5-1 in his last 8 starts, gets the call for the New York Mets, who have won 8 of their last 11, and they are 6-3 on their season high 13-game homestand. Let's go to Shea for the action. Bottom 1, no score when Shinjo turns on that thing, and that is gone off of Dave Coggin. Out in a hurry, and the Mets up 3-0. Top 2, same score now, Steve Traxel.
With all the at-bats he's
facing Bobby Abreu, and the best hitter on the Phillies goes down looking. Good stuff from Traxel early. Then bottom 2. This time Traxel at the plate and helps himself, turns on that, an RBI single to left. That will score Ray Ordonez from 3rd, and the Mets take a 4-0 lead just like that. Top 5. Now it's 5-0 Mets when Pat Burrell for the Phillies at the plate. This guy can hit. That is high, deep, and gone. So Burrow with a solo blast, and now it's 5-1. Later in the 5th, same score with Doug Glanville at the plate. And he turned on that thing, and it is over. The glove of Shinjo. Mets cut the lead now, cut to 5-2. So bottom 5, it's Shinjo again. This thing is not out of here, but it's off the wall. And that is a triple as Shinjo, rounding 2nd, will make it to 3rd. That's his first career triple. He would later score on a sacrifice fly, and he would be okay, and like so would the Mets. It feels like he pulled his groin there, but the Mets actually pulled off the win. And they
felt that?
7. I can always feel that. 7-2 is your final from Shea. Traxel goes 7 innings, allows 2 earned runs, and strikes out 9, so he gets the win to improve to 8-11. After the game, Matt Laughlin caught up with Shinjo and his interpreter.
All right, guys, thank you very much. A big night for Tsuyoshi Shinjo. We're joined by interpreter Ken Iwamoto as the Mets celebrate a victory. First off, congratulations on the performance. Kenny, I want to know from Tsuyoshi, was he thinking about the cycle, and is there such a thing as the cycle, 1 of each hit in Japan?
サイクルヒットを考えてましたかと、それでサイクルヒット日本でそういうこと機会ありましたかということですね。いや日本では経験したことないね。いや惜しかったね。もうちょっとどっちかにこう打球が寄ってくれたらよかったんだけど。Yeah, I really wanted to hit the double, but I didn't have any experience to hit cycle in Japan either.
So it would have been a first time in his baseball career. Talk a little bit about this stage of the season for Tsuyoshi, because American baseball, it's a little bit of a longer season, more games. Does he still feel fresh? Does he still feel that this remaining month of the season he's got the same energy?
日本よりもシーズンが長いわけですから、今でも元気でいられるでしょうかと、その体の体調管理とかですね、そういう最後のシーズンに残り1ヶ月ありますけれども、もう毎日毎日早く球場に来たくてたまらないという気持ちが常にあるから、すごい長いシーズンっていう気持ちはないね。Well, I'm dying to come to the ballpark every day to play baseball, and I'm very much enjoying playing baseball here, so I don't really feel like I'm tired, and I'm still fresh.
Well, the Mets certainly hope that he stays fresh the rest of the way. I want to just talk quickly about the triple, and then we'll let you get back into the clubhouse. First triple of your major league career. Is he thinking 3 bases right off the start?
最初の初めての三塁打、メジャーリーグでだったんですけれどもということですね。ちょっと足がね悪くて、もう三塁打になる打球はいっぱいあったんだけど、もう足がだいぶいいので三塁打になったと思う。My leg had been bothering me, so I could hit the triple, but now my leg is feel good, so I think I can hit more triples. So from now on.
Well, Ken, thank you. Tsuyoshi, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, that sets the scene from Shea Stadium following tonight's victory. Ian, Mike, back to you.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. And, of course, the Mets beginning a 3-game series with the Marlins Friday night at Shea. Al Leiter will start the series for the Mets. He is 9-10 with a 3.33 ERA so far this season.
We know how old Al Leiter is, but it looks like we'll have to wait until at least tomorrow to find out how old Bronx Little Leaguer Danny Almonte really is. Results of a Dominican investigation were to be released today that would have revealed whether the youngster is 14 or 12 as his mother and father contend. However, the president of the registrar's office in the Dominican Republic never showed up for the meeting, nor has Danny for school. His father confirmed today in the Daily News that Danny has not attended school since coming here 18 months ago. Felipe Almonte said his son didn't study during his past year because he's having trouble speaking English. I think that's the reason you go to school. If you have trouble doing something, you send the kid to school. He says he's been eating and playing baseball for the entire 18 months he's been here. Of course, we'll have more on this tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, unfortunately, that controversy just continues. But we will continue here on your New York Sports Report. And then coming up on your New York Sports Report, Andre Agassi in action at the U.S. Open today. How did he fare? We've got the highlights and results on the way.
Jets preseason finale, John Hall putting a big smile on Hernan Edwards' face. Highlights coming next after the big music.
Good evening, New York. Coming up tonight on The National, we sit down with the new Chiefs coach, Dick Vermeil, to discuss his new challenge at the helm in Kansas City.
Players win games, not coaches. And you better make sure you have players. But it's your head coach's job, I think, to provide an atmosphere in which people enjoy working.
Plus, heavyweights Asim Rahman and Lennox Lewis break out in a brawl before their November rematch. We'll show you what happened. It's all coming up at the bottom of the hour right here on The National. But right now, Mike, Ian, back to you.
Next Sunday, once again, it is on as the NFL kicks off another fabulous regular season. But before then, there's still a little work to do and players to evaluate in the preseason. A preseason the Jets and Eagles were wrapping up tonight at the vet. So with cut-down day looming, jobs were on the line tonight. However, a few guys making their NFL debut already guaranteed at least 4 games through replacement reps. With the regular stripes locked out by the league, the NFL doubling the game guaranteed to the replacements who got their first chance to blow their whistles tonight in Philadelphia. Let's roll to the vet where the turf was okay and
I don't think Mark.
Through one half of play, the replacement refs were okay. That's because they didn't blow their whistle for one half of play. First quarter, 3-zip Eagles. 3rd and 14. Coy Detmer gets racked by John Abraham and others. Sean Ellis recovers the fumble. Ted Cottrell, the new defense coordinator, liking that. That led to a field goal, tying the game at 3. Still in the second quarter, tied at 3. Mike Sincere, this time, getting his stroll on, wrapping up Coy Detmer. That also led to another field goal. Later in the second quarter, 6-3 Eagles. Chad Pennington looked good tonight. Faked the handoff, and Chad going north-south in the east-west, the West Coast offense, showing off his slide. He also had a good night passing the ball. Closing seconds of the second quarter. Oh, we show that because we had to show the referees giving their first call of the night. It was a holding call against the Eagles. Closing second of the second quarter, 6-3 Eagles. John Hall, 59 yards out, ties the game at 6 apiece. Remember, this is a guy who got left at home during the last week of the regular season against Baltimore. Nobody expected him to be back this year, but he's back and he's playing well in the preseason. It's right now, on the strength of 3 John Hall field goals, it's 9-6, the Jets in the fourth quarter. As expected, starters from both teams not playing much in this one. Vinny Testaverde 3 for 5 for 19 yards in his final tune-up before the season opener. Ricky Lamont Jordan continues to impress, 15 carries for 86 yards there. And remember, rosters have to be cut down to 53 on Sunday.
Day 4 at the U.S. Open today, and Andre Agassi was in action against an opponent 10 years younger, Nicolas Massou from Chile, who's ranked 86th in the world, so should be an easy match for Agassi, especially since Agassi beat Massou in straight sets at Wimbledon a couple of months ago. But before we get to that, Marat Safin taking on Ljubicic. Wasn't too difficult a match for him here. The cross-court winner. Beautiful play there by Safin as he advances, and Ljubicic not feeling good. But there's the aforementioned Andre Agassi, and there's Massou. Now, first set. Massou wins the first set when Agassi hits his return. Oh, into the net. But Agassi will win the second and third set. So we move on to the fourth set. And early on, tiebreak. Massou, oh, they call it out. And he's not happy about that. Brad Gilbert is. Match point now. Agassi up 6-1 in the tiebreak. And Agassi would battle back in this thing. And they would go back and forth a few times, a long rally. And then maybe Massou getting a little fatigued. Unforced error, and Agassi hangs on to get the win. There's the result of the Safin match we showed you earlier. Elsewhere on the men's side, Tim Henman is a winner in 4 sets. So the number 9 seed advances as well.
Winners on the women's side include Jen Capriati, who only needed 51 minutes to knock off her opponent in straight sets. The 4-seeded Venus Williams needed just 2 to knock off 2. Also, Kim Kleisters defeated Bradshaw 6-3, 6-2 on the ladies' side.
Still to come on your New York Sports Report. College football. Rutgers traveled upstate to take on Buffalo. Highlights coming up.
You know, many don't think Rutgers football team will even match last year's total of 3 wins. Even the players aren't guessing how many wins they'll have this season. So it might be another grim season for the Scarlet Knights. However, with the energy new coach Greg Schiano has brought to the program, the future is looking very bright. Tonight, Rutgers looking to start off their season and the Schiano era on a high note, taking on Albany and Buffalo, that is, in their season opener. There he is, the head man in charge, Schiano, coming over from the University of Miami program. First quarter scoreless, the defense getting the job done. It is Sean Seabrooks off the tip pass from John Freely, and Seabrooks taking it to the house. 73 yards on the interception return, and the Knights go up 7-0. He could use some oxygen. Then it's the Knights doing it on offense. Play action. L.J. Smith, the tight end, with the touchdown pass from Ryan Kubill. That made it 13-0. Right now, fourth quarter, Rutgers out ahead 23-7 in the fourth quarter.
Still to come on your New York Sports Report. Lennox Lewis is fighting in November, but he was brawling with Rockman today. We got details when we come back.
You know, maybe they couldn't wait until September 17th. Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rockman promoting their upcoming rematch, giving a little preview today, getting into a mini brawl during an interview in California. It all started after Rockman questioned Lewis's manhood. Then Lewis said something about his sister. Rockman didn't want to play the dozens. That's talking about his mama and sister and all that. So they went toe-to-toe for about 2 minutes, had to be separated. The pay-per-view boxing match is scheduled for September 17th in Las Vegas. Wow. I'm getting my pay-per-view. I'm calling my cable subscriber right now for that bout.
Yeah, you don't think that was like a little preview and there to try to sell some tickets? What? What
you want? You want something? You got some?
Stick around. We'll do it again tomorrow night.